All right. Thank you. So when we talk about being able to unlock prosperity, and we put ourselves in a situation where it's like income, assets, and the path to success, and you have to unpack these things. Now I'm going into this. Income follows assets, and the reason why income follows assets is because you want to acquire something that somebody else wants to acquire from you. Put clear in the chat if that makes sense. So if you buy a hot comb and you use up your hot comb, basically you might have helped yourself look good, but the money that you put into the hot comb has now been stopped unless you use that hot comb to for your modeling career or something that to help you make money from that, right? So that hot comb might not be an asset, but if the hot comb is something that you purchase because you're selling it to business owners who have hair salons, then purchasing that what we would call hot comb would actually be more beneficial to you, right? Because it's keeping the flow of money. And here's the thing. You purchase something that somebody else can purchase from you. That's an asset right there. If you can acquire something that somebody can acquire from you that they can pay you for, that's an asset. Mentorship is an asset because you learn knowledge, and the knowledge that you get, you can sell the knowledge, right? That's what I'm offering to you right now. I'm selling you my knowledge now, but I'm selling you on you. That's also a skill and also something that you've learned that I've learned that you can learn in order to be able to change not only your life but people around you, right? So when there's a whole formula to this creating assets thing, right? And you have to understand your value. Somebody drop in a chat, what is your value? Because people be like, oh, you have to know your worth, right? Know your worth, but you stay stuck in the same situations. So in basketball, LeBron James understands his worth, right? So he knows he's only scoring 30 points, right? Out of the 127, but how impactful is his 30 points, right? So 15 to 10 of them will come in the beginning of the game where he's scoring 10 straight. And then now, since he scored 10 straight, people start double teaming him. So now he start passing the ball, and now he done passed and assisted on 5 extra baskets. So that's 10 points. And he done got 5 assists. And you looking up and he got 12 and 5 before the half. And you like, how? Because he understands his value. Let me be the lead domino and let me be the one that goes out there to get that thing. So what's that thing? That thing is the buckets in basketball. But what's that? What's the buckets in business? The buckets in business is the deals, it's the sales, it's the acquisitions, right? It's what you acquire. So he's acquiring or accumulating buckets. So he's acquiring or accumulating his assets. He's understanding his value. So remember, he scored 12 points in the first half with 5 assists. And then guess what? The next half, he scored 10 and a quarter, right? He scored 10 and a quarter. So where we at? We at 22. And then he scored 15 points in the last 5 minutes. You see the value? See, because there's other players who may have contributed to the 127 points at the end of the game, but whose points was the most impactful? When we needed the bucket, who did they go to? LeBron James. When it was coming down to the clutch, down to the wire, who did they go to? LeBron James, right? When if somebody made that clutch assist and then for LeBron James, yeah, somebody else made that clutch shot because you still got to be ready. So when you're looking and you say, damn, I'm not hitting today. I'm just not hitting today. Maybe one of the players on the teams, you're just not hitting today. And guess what? It's okay. Yes, that might be you with your credit score. Your credit score, your credit profile just might not be strong enough. You just started getting into business. But don't let that deter you because you have value. LeBron James understands his value. The reason why he gets paid the big bucks and he only scores a fraction of the team points is because he has the highest value on the team. Somebody dropped value in the chat. You have to have value. But what is your value? Your value is understanding how you can control an outcome, how you can make something better, how you can understand and have a great perspective around it, how you can see the possibilities, how you can help others see the possibilities, how you can do the thing that allows you to get what you want to experience. That's value. So LeBron James can help his team win games because of the way that he's playing. That's value. So yes, he's only scoring 33 points, 50 points, 40 points or whatever. Yes, it's only a fraction of the points. Yeah, it might be 33% of the points. So what? It doesn't matter. He's scoring. So okay, cool. You might not be hitting today. You just might not hit with your credit score. You might be in the toilet with your credit score. But guess what? you got to be ready to swing the rock. You got to be ready for things that come your way. So if an opportunity come your way and you don't got the credit, you got to still show up and add your value, or guess what? You just let that opportunity slip. So what you could do is, right, and everybody knows this by now, on your operating agreement, you swing the rock. You get somebody who's already, like LeBron James, who already got the high credit score, credit profile, but maybe not doing much with it. You say, cousin, let me help you out. You say, sis, let me help you out. Auntie, I got you, right? Uncle, brother, I got you, right? Let me put you in the game. And then guess what? You put them on your operating agreement, and you give them 90% control. You take, or you give them 80, you take 20, whatever, how we got to do it, 90 and 10. But the point is, now you're not being stopped. You're adding value. So the person that's on the court, yeah, he might not have been making all the shots like LeBron James, but when it was down to the wire at the end of the game and LeBron James was getting double, he passed the rock and that person hit the shot and it helped put the team up by 3-4 points. Guess what? That was value. Somebody drop value in the chat. So you don't always have to be the one to do everything. You just have to be the one to understand where to put people at for the win, right? So where do you need to be at for the win?
Where is he? He got a sign. He's not here yet. I'll come back. Okay, I got you.
All right. Where do you need to be at for the win? Right. So you got to cultivate the right mindset. It's all about the mindset. What we call mindset in basketball is we call that IQ. Right. Everybody drop IQ in the chat. So you have to turn your mindset into a tool set. So how do you do that? Right. So what you do is you say, okay, I got this goal. This is my mindset. My goal is to get this thing. Okay. Now, how do I turn it into a tool? Okay, I have to use my mind to say which things will help me get this no matter what. Okay, cool. My credit is not great. All right, whatever. I'm not going to stop there. I have to use my tool, which is my mind. And I have to say, okay, what else can I do? So everybody drop in the chat, what else can I do? What are you doing right now that you're sitting on, but there's something else that you could do about it? Like, what do you want to happen in your life, but you got stopped and got stuck because you think that there's nothing that you can do about it? There must be something you can do about it. There's something else I can do. Somebody put that into the chat. There's something else I can do. So in that story where LeBron James is in the fourth quarter and he's scoring a bunch of points and now people are double teaming him and he has to pass it. He can't shoot it. He could shoot the ball over 2-3 people. He could if he needed to. He would, but he must do something else. Like, he's getting double teamed now. It's harder to score with 2-3 people on him, and these are big 200-pound men, right? Like 6 feet plus. So it ain't as easy as it seems, right? So I must do something else. So everybody drop in the chat, I must do something else. So something else that he did was pass the ball. So now as he passed the ball, he don't stop there and just look at the shot. Like, so, okay, cool, you got the credit going and you realize, okay, I'm gonna put my partner on, on an agreement, cool. You don't stop there. You now understand, okay, how could I add value to what is going on already? So, okay, cool. You acquire a business. How do you add to the business, right? So right now, a lot of us have corporate jobs. How do you add more streams of income to the corporate job? Okay, let's say you are a graphic designer, like I was when I used to do graphics for Netflix and Roku, right? What I did was I turned my mindset into a tool set. I said, okay, if I have these skills of being able to do graphics for this company, I could do graphics for other artists. So when I created my studio, I started renting my studio out and doing engineering. So I added engineering to my graphics package, right? So what does that mean? I'm speaking to artists. The singers, musicians, they need artwork for their releases and for their promotions. I started doing that. But then alongside of doing that, so that was one, then I added the engineering, that's 2. So add that with my main income, I already got 3 streams of income. Okay, cool. What I did, the second was I said, you know what? Let me get an Airbnb also. Because now these artists, they love sleeping in the studio. But what if I attach the Airbnb to it and they book both out? Somebody drop in the chat. I'm talking about becoming more effective in less time. What else can we do? So when LeBron James he swing the rock and that person gets the shot, it's no guarantee that that person is going to make the shot or not. There's no guarantee just because you got that one business and you got that one income that's going to be suffice, because things happen. So on the court, that person that he swung the ball to, that shot the shot, he might miss the shot. Why? Because things happen. So LeBron James doesn't just look at the shot go up. He goes and crashes the boards, which means goes to get the rebound. Right? He goes to get the rebound. And then from there, if somebody missed or not, he can grab the rebound, put the shot back up. That's multiple chances to get a bucket, which is the same thing as multiple streams, right? So everybody put multiple streams in the chat. And when we talk about this, right, we always are talking about legacy. If LeBron James doesn't go the extra mile, doesn't make the pass, and he's just a person that just want to shoot, his legacy is not as good as he is right now. If everybody, y'all familiar with Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James? And once again, like I said, for the ladies, I'm gonna get to the relationship. Please just bear with me for a little bit. This might be some time for you to pick up some game, go back to your husband or your significant other, and let them know you know a little bit about ball. And that might do a little something for you. You want some flowers? He might do a little something for you. Okay, just understand you gotta play the game, you gotta play to win. So please. All right, cool. So what happens is LeBron James is looking for multiple ways, right, to be effective. And that's what you have to do, right? This is all about legacy. When you talk about Carmelo Anthony and talk about LeBron, Carmelo Anthony was more focused on scoring, because during that era when they came out, it was all about who can get buckets. So Carmelo Anthony was a great basketball player who led his team to victory in college as a freshman. So you're talking about a 19-year-old kid who led his team to a national title and won the Player of the Year. It was crazy, right? So him and LeBron James like nemesis as they go on, but they're good friends, good buddies. But LeBron James has a longer career and a more sustainable career because LeBron James looked for multiple streams. So he went for assists, he went for rebounds, he went for steals and blocks. Carmelo Anthony just went for points. Who do y'all think is still in the league, and who do you think is out the league? Who do you think has the bigger, better legacy for their family? Don't get me wrong. Carmelo Anthony's still legendary in his family. The first one to be a millionaire. The first one to really put his family on. Yeah, that's still an accolade. But we're talking about legacy right now. Multiple streams, right? So points, assists, blocks, rebounds, steals. All of this is what allowed LeBron James to be the best of the best, because he said, what else can I do? Somebody's dropping in the chat, what else can I do? So the formula to have your income follow your assets is the mindset times skill set times tool set equals assets, and that's easy to break down, right? So on the lowest level possible, y'all, there's something called the implementation level. This is where you use your physical skills. This is where you use your muscles, right? This is where you get paid to do a job, and if you're not there, you don't get paid. Typically, there are some salary positions where if you're not there, but you get paid to do a job physically and be there, right? So this particular person is a good person as well. I worked as the implementation level, and it was great. Once again, these are all stepping stones. As you can see, this is the first step. This is the first leg in the step. However, if you stay stoned, you get stepped upon. Yeah, I know people who smoke, right? Yeah, they get stoned. What happened? They just want to relax and chill in the chair. And maybe not some of y'all new people with the new buds, new flowers be different, man. They be ready to do a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, listen. So the next leg, the next step is unification. So that's where you get to be. That's where you get to be the manager. Can you make sure that everybody's on mute? That's where you, thank you. That's where you get to be the manager, right? So inside of there, you're still bound to the time, just like how implementation level is. You still work 80% of the time and get to only enjoy 20% of your life. And you can make anywhere from 250,000. Like if you get to 250,000, $250,000, you're technically rich in America. And if you go in other places, you can let your money stretch. Okay, so please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything is wrong about this, but there's another level we can go to, right? There's something else we can do. What else can we do? Somebody put into the chat, there's something else I can do. And we're going to get to the meditation, right? But I need to, pre-frame y'all with this. So the next step and the next leg is communication. Now, this is where it get interesting for the ladies, right? Because now I can start jumping into the relationships heavy. Yeah, ladies like, yeah, about time. It's my turn. King Crew. You forgot about us over here with these sports analogies. No, listen, women play sport too, okay? If y'all don't know Caitlin Clark, y'all will, okay? Angel Reese, Shout out to Mr. Brooklyn Business. He loves the WNBA, and we're probably gonna own a WNBA team. So y'all make sure that we can get that. Give us some love and energy so we acquire that WNBA team. All right, cool. So the next leg is communication. So in the communication level, people, the minimum wage is $100,000. You get what I'm saying? Like minimum wage, $100,000. What can you do with $100,000 as minimum wage, right? And then you can make up to $100 million. So inside the communication level, this is where you just use your skill to be able to articulate what it is that needs to be articulated, whatever communication that needs to be said, whatever idea that needs to come across, whatever messaging that needs to be passed along, whatever promotion or whatever idea or whatever concept that needs to be pushed into the world. That's communication, right? So you talk about an actor, actress, somebody like that who are just speaking, and something. This is how powerful it is, y'all. That how many of us cried in movies, and the movies ain't even real? They're acting the whole entire time, but we're over here crying for real. Look, I know that was me too. Yeah, I ain't afraid to admit it. Real men cry. All right. And if you a guy and you saying real men don't cry, Coach Crew, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Real men cry. All right. So y'all men get vulnerable. Just don't become little softies. All right now. All right. So here we go. So communication is key. LeBron James, once again, he's the person that's saying, you know what, I got to communicate the idea. That's being a leader. Somebody dropped the word leader in chat. He's saying, I got to communicate to my team. So you see him in a huddle talking. You see him doing things and speaking. Carmelo Anthony wasn't so much of a leader that way. So he stayed at the managerial level. He didn't get to the communication level where LeBron James can communicate to his front office. Okay, I need this player on my team. I need that player. How do you think Anthony Davis got on LeBron James' team? How do you think Kyrie Irving, and all of this stuff happened, right? So I just want you to be clear on this. Communication is key. Some of us don't even want to talk. You don't even want to talk to your significant other. How do you want to make money and you don't even want to talk to your partner? Like, how do you want to make money and you don't even want to even talk about your story? Like I always say this, if you don't want people in your business, let me know in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't like people in your business. Put a 1 in the chat if you do like people in your business. Put a 3 in the chat if you like to be in other people's business, but you don't want nobody in yours. I know y'all out there too. Y'all in everybody else's business, but you ain't even looking at your own business, right? So if you don't want people in your business, how do you make money? If you don't want to communicate to your significant other, how do you expect that person to understand or have emotional intelligence with you? If you can't communicate how you feel, then how can you have a great relationship? See, so your relationship with your money is just like your relationship with your significant other. How is that, Coach Crew? Let's break it down with what we got on the board right here. See, when you first start having a relationship, what are you doing? You're implementing, right? You're implementing. You say, okay, I'm gonna go on a date. You start going on dates. Okay, I'm gonna talk. You start talking. Okay, let's go do this. You start doing this. And then let's make it official. I want to be your significant other. Okay, cool. Now you start managing things. Now, okay, I need you to be home at this time. Oh, when I call you, I expect you to answer. Oh, when don't be looking at any other girls. Oh, don't be in the DMs. Don't be showing your body off, right? You start managing. And then what happens? Lack of communication happens, right? The communication is the piece that takes it over the top. Let me show you how. If your significant other ever made a mistake and it hurt you and you were affected by it, all you probably wanted was just an apology. But when you didn't get it, how did it make you feel? Put the answers in the chat. How did it make you feel? But when the person communicated and apologized to you, or came to you and just spoke to you and talked it out, how did it make you feel? So the difference between your communication is the difference between your compensation. So if you can communicate well, you can get paid well. If you can communicate well, you get compensated well. See, most of us don't like to communicate. If you don't like to communicate, put a 0 in the chat. If you like to communicate, put a 1, because there's some of us that don't stop talking. Y'all probably be saying that about me. Coach Crudo, he don't stop talking. I'm talking for a living, okay? Thank you. Some of y'all just talking just to be talking now. Right? Don't compare yourself to me now. You the best of the best. So, you can't be compared to. So it's communication, right? So communication is that thing that allows you to get an abundance of money. So when we talk about communication in business, right? So if you have like, let's say I have a garage, right? If I have a garage and I fix cars, and yes, I communicate the idea well to my client. I said, hey, look, I'm gonna fix your car. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, and it's going to be X amount of dollars. The client says, yes, I understand that. I'm expecting that. Great. Now the person pays that and the person is happy. But if I communicate something different and I go, well, actually, I'm gonna need to charge you more now. How many of you been in that situation where you take your car to the mechanic, they tell you one price, and then in the mix of why they already have your car and they already opened up stuff and start taking parts out, now they call you like, well, you know what? We're gonna have to do this and do that and do that. You're like, nah, that's okay. You know, if my car dies on me in the middle of the road, hey, it just dies on me. Hey, if my wheels fall off, hey, just fall off. But I don't want any extra things going on. I don't need you to fix anything extra. Well, I'm sorry, we have to do it. So we're gonna have to charge you X amount of dollars. How does that make you feel? There was a lack in communication, right? Same thing, right? On a basketball court. If LeBron James like, yo, cut to the left, but then he throws the ball to the right, the player who he told cut to the left is gonna look at him like, bro, what's going on here? So communication is huge. Everybody put communication in the chat. So in your relationships, you have to communicate because that's one of the highest levels to take your relationship to a higher level. So in business, communication allows you to make multiple streams without you even being there from one thing that you do. So if I'm the person at the garage, right? And instead of me fixing everybody's car, but I'm showing other mechanics how to fix their car, how to fix other people's cars, then guess what? All the mechanics in the city or in the state or in the country or in the world are gonna be looking at my page or looking at my videos or looking at my courses, right? And I'm gonna get paid for doing something one time. So I made one course one time. Which life would you rather have? Would you rather wake up every day, 5 days a week, and go and fix people cars for 8, 10, 12 hours? Or would you make one video one time and you spend 12 hours on that one video and now you can make money on time, overtime for the rest of your life and for the rest of your children's life? Let me know in the chat. Just by communicating allows you to do so. That's why the minimum wage is between $100,000 to 100 million. And that's the minimum wage. Even 100 million is the minimum wage for some people. Like I was talking to this person yesterday, and his person basically he sold his business, and he sold his business for $500 million. When he said that, I was like, what? This is craziness. But that's the type of people you get to be around. And like I mentioned before, communication is important because if you hang around 5 broke people, they're communicating broke ideas. They're communicating small dreams. And then what happens to you by being associated with them? Right. So if you hang around rich people and you hang around 5 rich people, you become the 6th rich person. What are they communicating? They're communicating rich ideas, wealthy ideas. Right. So communication is key. But here's something that nobody really talks about. Ever since you were small, they, beat it out of you. Imagination. Remember that SpongeBob meme? Some of y'all might not know, but some of y'all might remember that. He'll put his hands over top of his head and say imagination. A rainbow will pop up with stars and all this stuff, glitter and gold and imagination. There's clues inside of these movies, right? It's truth into movies and there's lies in the news. The news will pump fear into your heart all day. Like I've never seen the news come in and be like, yo, the Mogul brothers are creating $20 million in family wealth and putting other people on and changing their lives and helping people build debt-free wealth. But instead, they'll be like, well, in your city, so-and-so was gunned down. Let's go interview them. Interview the family and pour more tragedy on you. And then all of your family who watches the news, your mom, your grandma, especially the grannies, right? Your grandma, how do they feel when you want to go out and do things? They're trying to keep you safe, right? They're trying to keep you safe. They want you to limit your imagination. They say, no, that might be too much for you, right? When I did this whole personal development and I was going on my transformational leadership journey, people was like, yo, Coach Crew, weird, man. He's weird. Crew is weird. He's a weirdo. I don't know what's going on with him. He's all positive and loving people. And yeah, man, don't be loving me, dog. I'm a man. I'm a man. Don't be loving me. And that's trauma, y'all. And it's because we haven't been able to communicate to our children and to our generation that love is a real thing and we all deserve it. If you want love, somebody drop love in the chat, but you got to spell it the right way, man. You got to spell it the phonetic spelling so you can really love, pronounce it love. and you got to communicate the idea. So communicate the idea, but the thing was, in my imagination, I wasn't thinking about just me, because during my transformation leadership program, they told me, they said, hey, look, there's certain levels to life. So when you look at these levels of business, right, the implementation level, that's the victim stage. Yeah, you're selfish at the implementation level. You're only worried about yourself. If you go to a 9 to 5 and that's all you do, you're selfish. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're selfish. Welcome to the world, y'all. This is why you get what you get, and you feel overworked and underpaid, because you're selfish. And please don't anybody attack me. I'm not coming at you personally. I'm just speaking that there's higher levels, right? We can do something else, right? There's something else I can do. So implementation level is the victim level. And then you got the community level. Management is the community level, right? So in a victim stage where you think everything is against you and you think it's everybody out to hurt you, that's the same thing with the implementation level, where you think that I just got to go get a job and I just got to get money for me and my kids. And then the reason why you're so out of alignment with that, or somebody could, not pointing any one of you out, but just saying that that person, the reason why that person is out of alignment is because they're taking one income that's enough for one person, and then they're splitting it up with 4 or 5 other people because they got kids, they got significant others, and they have family that depends on them. So the money that they make, they don't really make. The money that they make, they don't get to take. If y'all know what I'm talking about, put Yana in the chat, YANA. So as I'm showing you these visuals, I want you to just visualize these things, because you could be in this situation. So that's the victim stage. So you move on to the next stage, which is the stage of community. You start thinking about family, right? As family, you start thinking about family. So you start managing your family, thinking about others, right? But guess what? Everybody else get to be happy except for you. Why? Because you're working 80% of the time and you only have 20% of your time to enjoy yourself. And if you have 20% of your time to enjoy yourself and you have a significant other, you only now get 10% of your time to enjoy yourself, because you got to split that with the significant other. Now, if you have children, you got 10% time to yourself. Guess what? You got to split it with your children. So now you really only have 5% time to yourself. So you don't even get the full 20 when they say you got a full weekend. Let me be real, y'all. How many of us, this is probably why we're at the mindset reset right now, is because on the weekends, we don't really have the time that they tell us that we have, right? We don't really got 2 days off. We got like a day and a half. And then that Sunday is like a dreadful day, especially as soon as the sun sets. Once the sun sets, we get the Sunday scaries. If y'all know what I'm talking about, put Yana in the chat, where you start to feel all these things. Damn, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Damn, how do I call out sick? Damn, should I use a sick day? Damn, like what can I do to work from home? Like, if that's you, put Yana in the chat. So that's the managerial level, where you're just managing things, and it's okay, but you're still spending most of your time at work, and you only get to get 5% of your time to enjoy yourself. You're bound by time, and it almost seems like time is slipping. So you don't have enough time to get rich slow. You have to force the progress. If you only have 5% time to yourself, and you do all of that stuff, and you are in mentorship, you are in these communities, then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to have time to complete the course material. You're not going to have time to really connect with others and do meetups and go out and be in different rooms, right? How many of us feel that way? So there's something else that we can do, right? Because there's other people who actually make time for the events. There's other people who have families and still make more money to supply for their families and another family, right? And I just want you to know that there's levels. There's something else you can do, right? So the next stage after the family stage is that community stage, right? Which could be blended with the family stage. Some people at that level with this community. However, we're talking about statewide, right? Where you're affecting your statewide. So in the sense of like homes, right? Let's say the implementation is like the home, and then the management is like the city, and then the communication is the state, but then the imagination is the country, right? So we got to think like we can own countries. Like, see, you've been thinking that you can own a house in real estate. That's just implementation. How many of us own properties and we got headaches now, right? Because we got to deal with the tenants, we got to deal with the toilets, we got to deal with the trash. There's something else I can do. And when Ramel came to me with the idea about self-storage facilities, I said, bro, that's genius. But you know what we could do with the self-storage, bro? We don't want to just leave them as self-storage. We want to add multiple streams, just like LeBron James, get assists, rebounds, steals, blocks. Okay, with the storage facilities, bro, let's put a podcast studio in there. Yo, let's make a photo shoot studio in there. Yo, let's do a packing supply system. Let's get all of this stuff going. He said, yo, you know what? We can rent moving trucks because people need to move their stuff fast. Say, yo, get that. What about if we did Toro? Because we got so much land, we could just park people's cars. It's like, yo, let's do that. So that's where you want to be. But you see how we build it together? You see how we bounce ideas off each other? You see how when we got Mr. Brooklyn Business, he come in the back, he give us some financial tools. He gave us the life insurance plays. That accelerated everything, right? And then we said, you know what? Let's not just keep it to ourselves. Let's communicate the idea to other people. That's why when y'all see us with this $1 million plaques, is because we've been helping other people. A lot of people just been helping themselves. That's why they got the 9 to 5. So when you move to the communication level, that's seeing the bigger part of the community, right? That's seeing the bigger part of the state. That's seeing your state. How could you help the people out that's in your state? And then you got the imagination. That's the world, right? That's the whole world. That could be your country or the world. And when you look at it, that's where we gotta think. There's people who own islands, y'all. Forget a real estate 1-2 family property, like an island, y'all. An island. What can you do with an island? If you had your own private island, what could you do? There's people that have $2,000 unit buildings. 2,000 unit buildings and multiples of them. There's people that own the state that you live in. There's people that own the state, y'all. There's people that own the city. That's what we got to start thinking. We got to start thinking a larger picture. LeBron James said, look, I'm not just coming in here to show y'all that I'm the best. I'm coming in here to stamp that I'm the best. So in your relationship, and you want to take a relationship to the next level. Requesting 2 large towels from 408. Thank you. If you want to take your relationship to the next level, you have to communicate. Let's make sure the mic's on mute, y'all. Let's make sure the mic's on mute, please. You have to communicate. All right, hold on real quick.
Co-host me if you want. Stop in the back, King.
Raise your hand, Sonny. Can't see. Okay, got you. Thank you so much. I thought my other co-host was in here already. I thought they was already in here hosting, but they gave me the host and dipped out. All right, cool. So far, y'all getting value from this so far? Let me know in the chat. So far, y'all getting value? Let me know, because maybe I could be, in the wrong space at the wrong place. So let me know in the chat. All right, cool. Appreciate it. So let's get back into it, y'all. Let's get back into it. Thank you, Sunshine. Appreciate you, Queen. What would I do without sunshine? You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shining as bright. Tell you that. All right, cool. So inside of your relationship, if you want to take your relationship to the next level, like think about it. Your relationship is directly affecting your cash flow. If you're a man and you're going out with all these different women, where are your finances? All over the place, right? It's over here with drinks with this person's over here with dinner. This person's over here in the country with that person is over here with think about it. You have to change your relationship when it comes to money. You have to know that you are already abundant when it comes to money. Somebody say I'm abundant. Put that in the chat. I am wealthy. Put some affirmations in the chat. I am healed. I am healthy. Put some affirmations in the chat. So when it comes to your relationship, right, you want to make sure that you communicate the best ideas. So not just the best ideas, the biggest point is if you don't know how to communicate, you can't even get your idea out. There's a lot of people who died and their ideas died right with them. That will not be you. You are the best of the best. You're the top of the top, cream of the crop. It's a bunch of you on a call at right now on a Saturday. We could be doing anything else, sleeping in, but you're getting some mindset, which is going to transform your life and bring you some assets. So the communication is like, all right, cool. Tell your significant other how you feel. But see, it starts from the beginning. It starts from the implementation. When you first go out there and you're dating somebody, don't date people who don't fit your standards. See, this is my gripe with women, right? A lot of women say, I don't go after a guy. Guys come to me. Do you know why that's a problem? Because if you only go with guys that come after you, then you're picking from a limited pool. I got high level guys that come to me. It's still a limited pool. Why? Because you're waiting for people to come to you, but life doesn't work that way. You got to make things happen. The difference between a mailbox millionaire and a cubicle thousandaire is this. The cubicle thousandaire sits and wait for things to happen and try to make the best of it. And sometimes the best comes out, but you never truly reach your full potential. Right? Let's be real here. For some of y'all that have been sitting at the job and you be making your 100,000, you make 6 figures. Let's be real. You still feel like you're not reaching your potential. That was me, y'all. That was me. It wasn't until I realized that I had to get up and take ownership and take responsibility to make things happen in my life. Somebody say I'm taking ownership right now. Somebody say I'm taking ownership. Right? Put that into the chat. So when you take ownership, right, and you say, you know what, I'm not going to just settle for the guys that come to me. I'm actually going to go and look for the guys that I want to be with. How does that work? Okay, what type of guys would you like? So you have to now set your standard. So you have to, I'm talking about, you have to understand business love language. If you are an entrepreneur or you're an aspiring business owner, you're going to be shaking and moving. You can't be with somebody who's always going to be questioning where you're going, questioning if you're faithful or not, questioning if you're loyal. You have to have somebody that understands what you're doing, right? So in the implementation level, when you're going out there to be able to speak to people, to connect on it, you still have to communicate, right? Or you just keep staying at this implementation level with different boyfriends, different girlfriends, and wonder why the same situation keeps happening. Wait a minute. How many of us stayed at that same situation where we got, this is not working. All the guys that I choose, it doesn't work out. I just must be choosing the wrong guys. Now I'm just going to choose a random guy because this is not my type, and I'm just going to see if that works. Oh, that doesn't work anyway. All men are evil. All men are no good, right? Same thing with women. Oh, I'm gonna just choose. I'm gonna just choose this baddie. Oh, she want me just for my money. Oh, she just want this. Or she just want that. Look, listen. You can choose and you can create the best scenario for you, but you have to understand these levels of business. The same thing in these business is the same thing in your relationship, because the way you do one thing is how you do everything. So when you're communicating the idea, right, you have to know what you want. So you set your standards from the very beginning. I want a person who doesn't snore. I want right? This is real. You got to have these things, right? Because if you get into a marriage and now this person's constantly snoring, keeping you up, and now you're up late and you're upset now, and then now the next day you're impacted, your attitude and everything is different. You're like, come on, it's not healthy, right? And now you're blaming it on that person. Person don't even know what's going on. It's just sleeping. So it gets that intricate. You got to really take ownership in that level. Somebody say, I'm taking ownership. So now you got to be able to manage the thing, right? So what? Okay, cool. You get into a relationship, you have to now manage your feelings. You still should be just like how when you first met the person. I know y'all going to disagree with me, but that's why I'm the relationship coach. That's why I am the relationship coach. Okay, I know you're going to disagree with me, but you should still keep the same principles that you had before you made it official. Before you made it official, you weren't out there getting upset when they did this or when they went out with their friends. You weren't upset. But now that you feel like you're the manager, now you got to micromanage your significant other. You ain't think about it that way though, right? You want to micromanage. Think about it. You don't like it when it's the other way around, but you want to do it to somebody else. Let's not be that person. We got to be the person that communicates the idea. So have a standard from the beginning, right? So same thing for yourself. You have a standard from the beginning. You already know that when you implement some of these strategies, some things are not going to work out for you like it works out for others. That doesn't mean that you get stopped. It means that you now pass the rock. If you're on that court and you're dribbling and you get ready to go shoot the basketball, but then you got this tall 7'8" person just come up and you can't shoot over them. Okay, cool. Don't cry. Pass the rock. Do something different. Pass the rock. Maybe you passing the rock is bringing that tall person out the way, so now your other players could shoot without the tall person in the face. Okay, cool. That's just the role that you play. Everybody know my role. So in here, you got to know which role you have. So all of these different steps are different roles. And last but not least, right? So before I even get to explaining imagination, just understand communication. You only spend 20% of your time working and 80% of your time enjoying your life. You're not bound by the time. And as I mentioned, the same thing in your relationship. How many of you spend 80% of your time fixing a relationship? That's working. You spend 80% of your time working on a relationship and 20% of your time enjoying the relationship. Let's be real here. It's the same thing. It's because we're not communicating effectively. If we communicate effectively, we now have a happy relationship. For 80% of the time, and we only have to work on 20% of the time on a relationship. So when you get to the imagination level, right? This imagination level, this is the highest level. As I said, the minimum wage is $1 million. That's why I said y'all see us with these $1 million plaques, is because we have gotten to the point where you all live in our imagination. So the mindset reset. So how many of y'all been on accountability programs inside the 5-day challenges, 7-day challenges, or 6 days or 3 days? How many of y'all been on? I am the person that pioneered the accountability calls on those type of challenges. I'm the person that pioneered the accountability program inside of the mentorships. But you don't see my name and face everywhere because I'm in the back end. I'm your coach's coach. And so y'all might come up and y'all might see me and be like, damn, man, yeah, Coach Crew, he ain't really got the game that I want, man. I want Big Mogul, or I want Smitty, or I want Boone, I want Mr. Brooklyn Business. But guess what? What's the first thing that they all tell you? What's the first thing that they all tell you? What's the first thing that they all tell you? Mindset. Mindset. And what's my name? Mindset Mogul. Why? I didn't name myself that. It was given to me. See, people get alpha confused. People think just because you claim that you're an alpha, that you're an alpha. No, alpha is chosen by the people. I've been chosen by the people. I walk in my purpose. Sunshine, am I walking in my purpose?
Absolutely.
Let me know.
Absolutely.
Sunshine, did I force you to come be part of this illustrious program, this beautiful $1 million company, or did you choose me?
I chose you.
Did you choose to stay inside this community? And you said you was a lifetime member. Did I tell you to do that, or did you choose that?
Absolutely not, but I'm a lifetime member.
Exactly. Because the people are the one who chooses. So, I don't come up here and just be like, in fact, I never used to want to share this stuff. Big Mogul was just like, yo, bro, you got to share it, man. You got to come out and share this stuff because this is so amazing. People want it. And I used to do this personally, like in the circles. Like I used to do this in real time, not on Zooms, not on calls, in real time. And then during the pandemic, that's when it started to unfold that you could do all of this online. So I started doing online, and I still didn't put myself in a position to just market and do all that. Why? Because I said, you know what, let me just continue to serve in the back end. But now that's why you see the mindset reset, because now it's time for me to produce this and send this love to everybody, because there's a you inside of you that you haven't even met yet. But if you never meet it, you can never reach your full potential. So what are we scared of? What are we afraid of? And the thing that we're afraid of is our imagination. So fear is a bad imagination. So when you have fear that you can't do it, when you have fear that it might not work, that's a bad imagination. Somebody put fear as a bad imagination in the chat. It's getting hot in here now. Somebody put fear as a bad imagination. So you have to remove the fear and understand, guess what, y'all? Remember those times when you were down and everybody counted you out? Like when I had gastroesophageal reflux disease and I lost over 55 pounds in 41 days, and I was skin and bones, and I take my shirt off and you could see my ribs. When I could barely eat and I had bulimia because every time I ate, I had to throw it up and vomit because I couldn't keep it down. I couldn't eat. I remember when my job sat me down in the midst of all of this, seeing me lose weight. I came to work day in and day out, no matter if I was tired or not, 3 hours of sleep or not. I came to work on time there, and they said, you know what? You got to make a choice, King. It's either you're going to work full time at home, at here in the office. I know you're sick. I know what's going on, but I need to make sure I can see you. I know all of your work is online. I understand that, you've been a great employee here. I know you started with us when we only had 12 people. Now we got over 80 employees. I understand. But you got to make a choice. Either you're going to work here or you're going to find something else. That was heartbreaking to me. I looked at him and I said, damn, is this something that I could do? Like, can I stay home part-time? He's like, the only thing you could do is take your vacation days. Can we mute everybody, please? The only thing you could do is take your vacation days. I said, what do you mean? He said, you got a lot of vacation days. You should take them. Okay. This is where I became more effective in less time, y'all. So they communicated to me and I communicated to them. I asked them, I said, is there anything else I can do? They gave me an answer. Sometimes you're going to communicate things and you're going to get an answer, but are you going to be able to take the answer and make something possible from it? Mike's on mute, please. Let me come off. Real quick. All right, cool. All right. So the thing is, when you get things like God works in mysterious ways, right? God is going to speak through people. God is going to speak through situations. God is going to be able to give you opportunities. But you have to understand God is great. Somebody put God is great in the chat. Somebody put God is great. See, all praise due to the Most High, because guess what? Without the Most High, none of this is possible. None of this is possible. So understand that even if you think it's impossible, you got to realize that you're looking at a mirror of what you believe. So if you're looking at a mirror of what you believe and you think it's impossible, if you believe that, that's what it's going to say. But if you believe something differently, if you look at impossible and you see a mirror reflection, think about it. It's just, I'm possible. I'm possible. Somebody put into the chat, I'm possible. God made you so you are possible. You live in what we call the possibilities. I told y'all, I'm taking y'all to Entrepreneur Church. This is the church for entrepreneurs. This is the mosque for the mogul. This is the temple for the triumphant. This is the kingdom hall for the kings and queens. Can I get a mindset in the chat? Somebody drop mindset. Can I get a mindset in the chat? So understanding that God gave me, I communicated this idea. God gave me a vision, gave me the ability to have imagination. So when I communicated the idea, is there something else I can do? Somebody say, there's something else I can do in the chat. So he said, you got to take your vacation days. So what I did, he didn't expect this. I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. His name was Bob. I said, Bob, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take every Monday off and every Friday off. He looked at me like, you take every Monday and Friday off. I said, yeah, I'm going to take all my vacation days. I'm going to take the Monday, I'm taking Friday. So that way I'll still come into work. All right. He said, yeah, oh, I like that. I like that. That's good. I never had anybody do that before. All right. See how I made a compromise? But it wasn't like I could just take the days off. I had to use my days, right? So I took those vacation days and I had a few sick days. I put all of that stuff in one. And I just took every Monday and every Friday off. That worked for 3 months, y'all. That's how many days I had. And that's how much I spread out my days, right? So if you go and you spend a whole week, like let's say you got 7 days off. If you go and you just spend 7 days off, some of y'all do this. Y'all go spend the whole 7 days off, and then guess what? You got to come back the next week. You don't feel like coming back no. Gee, I might as well just stay here and I'm done. What I did, I stretched out those weeks. So now I had 3 months of working 3 days a week. Think about that. Would y'all take that? If that was you, would you take that? Would you take 3 months of just working 3 days a week and getting paid for 5 days? So this is where I became more effective in less time. I realized that I'm getting paid 5 days, but I'm only working 3 days. Y'all thought y'all got me. I got you. Checkmate. Checkmate. And during this time, I'm making those multiple streams of income. So now I got more time to work on my business. Now I got more time to learn and develop. Now I got more. Oh, no, I'm unstoppable now. I'm unstoppable now. This is you. And this is because I use my imagination. So when I use my imagination, I said, if I can take those 3 days off, guess what? I can have a 3-day work week and I can have a 4-day weekend. Somebody put in the chat. That sounds good. But that would have never happened if I didn't use my imagination. So you have to use your imagination. Where do you want to live? Well, who do you want to be? What type of relationships do you want to have? So before you have that conversation that you know that's going to cause a problem between you two, use your imagination. Go in a different space, become a different person, have a different language. Speak with conviction. Articulate, because language creates your reality. So whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, either way you're going to be right. So I'd rather just believe I'm right. Somebody say I'm right in the chat. And when you write that, I just want you to understand it ain't even about being right or wrong. It's about being workable or non-workable. So you staying at the implementation level, is that workable for you where you're spending 80% of your time working and only get to enjoy 20% of your life? Or would you like to move to the 80% spectrum where you spend 20% of the time working and 80% of the time enjoying your life? Because that's where I'm at right now. And I love it. And I'm never going back. I'm doing whatever it takes to stay at the top, to be at the top, to climb at the top, to bring other people with me. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me to the top? I got Sunshine on the team. Sunshine said, look, I'm coming with you, King. No matter what I do, I'm coming with you. Who else is coming with me? Let me know in the chat. Who else is coming with me? Who else is coming with me to the top? I'm talking about the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. I'm talking about royalty. You are whole. You are complete. You are everything that you've ever said you wanted to be, but now you need to have that community. Now you need to have that unity. Now you need to have that spark, that fire. Now you need to have the people work with you, that accountability partner. Let's do it, y'all. We right here. We're right here. Y'all seeing it, living proof. Losing my mom, going to 7 different schools in 9 years. My first dad was murdered right in front of us, right in front of my building in New York City. So don't stress about the things that happen to you now, because you don't understand why it's happening to you later. So if my dad never passed away, I'd never have the brothers that I have. I probably would never become Mindset Mogul, because I have to thank my brothers for who I am. When we were younger, Ramel used to always be with Jamel, and Jamel be like, he'll be saying some stuff, and Ramel be like, "What's he saying, man? Why he always saying what's wrong with?" And I'll be like, "Well, what he meant was this." So I started interpreting for my brother. And then it would be the other way around too. So Mello might say something harsh to my other brother, and I'm like, "Well, he didn't mean it that way. What he meant was X, Y, and Z." But bro, and people seen that at a young age. And they always been like, "Yo, you're so mature for your age." So I get that if you see this young face come on your screen, and you might be older enough to be my mom or my grandmom or my dad or whatever, I understand. It might be a little tough to hear this from me. I understand that. But I am walking in my purpose. And if I could learn from my younger brothers, then y'all probably could learn from me. Because if it wasn't for them, I can't be who I am. And that's part of our story, that we have this bond, and you see a family like the way that we have sticking together like that is because we've been torn apart in so many other ways, y'all. And you probably resonate with us. You're the best of the best in your family, but there's probably people who in your family who don't believe in you. I have people in my family that didn't believe in me, but they're believers now. Sometimes I got people in my family. The other day they called me Tommy. Y'all watch Martin? Y'all watch Martin? I had some people in my family, "Hey, you're Tommy." It was one of my grandfathers too. He's like, "Yo, you're Tommy, bro. We don't know what you do. We don't know where you live." Like, "Yo, yeah, what you mean? Like, you don't know what I do. You don't know where I live. You don't know how you make money. You ain't got no job. What are you talking about? I do have a job. I'm getting paid to be me." See, y'all don't understand that because y'all still live at the implementation level. Mm. Y'all still live at the implementation level. So they wouldn't understand that you get paid for your imagination. I got all of these beautiful people living in my imagination, and guess what? I'm blessed to live in yours, y'all. I'm blessed. So let's close this out with a guided meditation real fast. I thank everybody for rocking with me and just rocking with yourselves and being here. Drop your Instagrams in the chat so everybody can connect with each other. Drop your love plus in the chat so everybody can connect with each other. And let's build. Let's build. If you got YouTube, drop your YouTube in the chat. Let's build with each other. Do that real fast. And then I'm gonna get right to this meditation because I do want us to build with each other. I do want us to grow and build this community of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. Losing my mom is one of my best friends in my life. Like the way that you see me and my brothers up here shining, that was our mom before and our grandfather as well. They started that trend of entrepreneurship and being able to be a leader and just loving on people. And that's why we got the brand Love Plus. My grandfather, he has a brand called Love Child Productions, and it's just runs in a family, right? So you are going to have certain family members that rock with you, but you're also going to have certain family members that don't really see the vision. And it's okay because God gave you the vision. And that's your bigger task. Your bigger task is to improve humanity through your vision. That's what you're doing anyway. Like when you have your children, you're looking to improve your children's lives through your vision. You don't have a handbook. You don't have some article that's teaching you how to be a mom or teaching you how to be a dad. You're just doing it through your vision. And the same way it's going to work because God got you. Somebody put in the chat, God got me. So at this time, I invite everybody to, and if you don't follow me as well. Can somebody drop my Instagram in the chat? Because probably some of you don't follow me. And I haven't really been on Instagram like that, but I'm gonna go full fledged on Instagram, but also we segue into YouTube. YouTube is gonna be our bigger platform, so we're going with YouTube. So as we let everybody put that stuff in the chat, I'm gonna invite y'all to start to do the breathing work. Right? Breathe. Inhale deeply till your lungs are at capacity and just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly release and finish the remaining air through the nostrils. How does that make you feel? Feel lighter, right? Feel good. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Inhale deeply till the lungs are at capacity. Hold. Slowly release. The reason why we hold, y'all, is because what that does is resets our body. It calibrates the reaction to life. Like we're supposed to be grounded on this plane, but since we wear shoes, we wear socks, and we step on concrete, we don't really get to get grounded on the plane. And the plane that we live on is this earth, right? It's a plane. And that's so, it's so ironic about all of these things, right? It's like we got these things so backwards, but I think that's miscommunication on purpose. Like you drive on the parkway, but you park on a driveway. That's like, just saying, right? Like you live on a plane, but you fly on a plane. Like you understand? Like, so it's just these different things that are happening. But as I invite y'all to just bring your senses to the theta level, where you can tap in to see that you are magical, you are spiritual, you are having a human experience, you are amazing, you are abundant, you are whole, you are complete. I love for you to just see that you are already who you need to be. So breathe, inhale, hold, slowly release. As you release, you can feel your body ease up. You can feel the pressure go away. You can feel the tense diminish. And I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. As you close your eyes, I want you to envision everything that you see around you right now, because you don't need your eyes to see. You need your mind to see, right? You can close your eyes and you still can see everything, because you don't see from your eyes. You see from your mind. This is why mindset is important. See everything that's around you disappear one by one. That phone that's in front of you, that computer, that desk, those objects, those people, disappear one by one into the space of nothingness. As you're in this space of nothingness, I want you to see all white. So you're surrounded by all white. You're protected. You're amazing. God got you, right? You have you. And I want you to feel cool breeze around your body. I want you to now envision yourself taking a journey into quantum space. So this quantum space that you're in right now with the white nothingness, I want you to feel the abundance that you have all around you. I want you to see it from a third person's perspective, from the top point of view, looking downward on top of your head. And I now want you to scale back from that room that you're in, to that building that you're in, to that state that you're in, to that country that you're in, to the world that you're in. And you see how small you really are to this world. And it's the small things that create the biggest gains. It's the small people that created the planes. It's the small people that created the bridges. It's the small people that created the technology. But you know whose point of view that you're seeing this from? This is a godlike point of view. This is called quantum space. As you can see everything down, it gives you a new meaning now. Everything is empty and meaningless until you assign it meaning. So in your relationships, if your significant other says something to you that you don't like, what type of meaning did you assign to this word? Because it's just words that are creating your reality. So what type of meaning did you assign to the amount of money that you have in your pocket? I want you to think about this. Everything is empty and meaningless. This is why you cannot take anything with you, because none of it means what you think it means. It only occurs because of what you think. So 99% of your life is based upon what you think has happened. Doesn't mean that it actually happened, even though you probably physically feel these things. But looking down at yourself from the highest of highest views on a world scale, you see that you're just one piece to a larger puzzle. You're one piece to a larger puzzle. But what would your puzzle turn out to be determines on the way that you think things are. So if you think optimistically, you get positive results. So your job from now on is to think optimistically about everything that comes in your way. Because if you do, you not only become more effective in less time, you not only build more strategic partners, but you live a happier and fulfilled life. So as we see it from the bird's eye view, the God's eye view, let's go back down. So you go back from the world stage and you see the country, right? You see yourself in that building within a country. Okay, cool. You keep going. Now you see yourself in that building within a state. Now you see yourself within that city. Now you see yourself within inside that building. Now you see yourself within inside that room. I want you to now walk outside, and still you're inside of this place of nothingness, and you walk outside. When you walk outside, you create everything as you go. So I'm gonna leave you to think for a minute, 60 seconds, and I want you to create as many beautiful things as possible. But first, here's the kicker. Before you can create something beautiful, there must be something tragic or devastating or awful or terrible. And you have to turn that into something amazing. So 60 seconds and walk outside of your place of nothingness and you create that new paradise for yourself now. What are you experiencing? I want you to notice your higher self at the end of the 60 seconds. I want you to see yourself building up to your higher self as you create these experiences, as you continue to walk. Maybe you see trees, maybe you see palm trees where you're at, maybe you see the ocean, maybe you see certain people, maybe there's events going on, maybe there's just animals, maybe there's abundance of food, or maybe you see your dream home, or you're in your dream state of mind, or maybe you're on a boat, on your yacht, whatever it is, you're with your family. I want you to see as you create that you're getting stronger and stronger to reach your higher self. What is that experience like? Along the way, as you look back, I want you to see your younger self as you're walking on this path. Every time you're moving forward, you're building new things, right? Some things may be tragic. You're turning your tragedy into your triumph. You're turning your pain into your power. And when you look back, I want you to see your younger version. I want you to see the older version, because this is symbolizing you growing through everything, but you're also creating order from chaos. We have about 30 seconds left. What are you experiencing? What emotions come up over you? When you get to the end, you see the finish line, but as you're walking, you see your higher purpose. So you see your higher version. And as you walk towards your higher version, you merge into your higher version and you become your higher version. And then you turn around and you look at everything that you've created from your higher version, the assets that you created, the people that you inspired, the people that's cheering you on in the crowd right now, that's loving everything that you created, all of the faces in different places that you've been is all there, all the ideas, everything is there. But the faces that stand out to you the most is your younger self, your past self, those faces. And those people come up to you and they're full of emotion, they're crying, they're hugging on you. Your youngest version of you come up, the 6-year-old, 5-year-old version, and they're all hugging you, hugging you, hugging you. And you're all having a cry and then just a beautiful moment of realizing that it was all worth it. It was all worth it. You finally made it to the top of the top. best of the best, the cream of the crop. So as I invite you to share your last moments with them, just get a download of what this means to you. What does this symbolize to you? Breathe. Breathe. Notice what comes to you. Breathe. As everything starts to disappear rapidly, one by one, until you're in this space of nothingness. That's how fast life moves. 1 second you're enjoying all the beauty, smiling from ear to ear, and then the next minute it's gone, and you're now starting over. You're in this space of nothingness. As you're in this space of nothingness, you breathe one more time deeply with a sense of gratitude and joyfulness. Inhale deeply to your lungs at capacity. Hold. Release. You're amazing. You're abundant. You're complete. As everything starts to populate back into your life from this current reality, that chair, that desk, that phone, that laptop, those people, that noise, that sounds, I invite and encourage everyone to open up their eyes. You are in a safe place. As we end with this, drop some stuff in the chat. How was that for y'all? How was that? I know some of y'all had some breakthroughs. I know some of you had some key moments. I know some of you basically just you probably had to have a cry. You know, I know it. I know you had to do it, and it's okay because when you cry, you water yourself. You know, we're like plants. So definitely, and this all ties into you becoming that $1 million person because you got to have the vision, y'all. So subconsciously, I'm training you up to have visions, right? And to be grand on your visions. So just understand that you are amazing, right? Raise your virtual hand real quick. I want to take a few people. Sunshine, if you can, you want to come with me. Let's take a few people and just share, y'all. Share your thoughts on that. Share your thoughts. And one of the things about sharing too, I'm giving y'all the breakdown because at this point I just want y'all to know it. But usually I don't give away the secrets because then y'all cheat the process. But when you raise your hand, right? Like all of us came in here to grow our businesses and different things like that, acquire businesses and get strategic partnerships. When you raise your hand, what you're doing is you're putting yourself out there to acquire new partnerships. You're putting yourself out there to speak on things that people go, oh, you know what? Melissa, I remember when she said that she wanted, a two-family unit, two-family house. All right, cool, I got that. Melissa, what's up, Queen? I remember you was on the call and I got this two-family. That's how things work. But if you're just so quiet in the background, you're gonna think that none of this actually is real. You're gonna think that it's not working, but it's working, y'all. You just gotta work, right? Sunshine, you coming up with me or you busy right now?
No, I'm good. I'm right here, King.
Okay. All right. All right, so who we got? Let's bring them up.
Queen Candace been patiently waiting. Come on, Queen. Come talk to us.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Alice.
I'm teary-eyed.
Mhm.
Ooh, it was amazing. It's you spoke my whole life just now. Ooh, give me a minute.
Take a minute, Candace. Everybody send some love to Candace in the chat. Before Sunshine, don't let me leave. Somebody had put something in the chat. They lost somebody or something. Don't who's that? Robin? I think that was Robin. Just make sure we hold that comment. I want to, show that support and love. But let's give Candace a moment to just breathe. Candace, you are in a safe place, Queen, and I do resonate with you a lot. That's why I share this story. And I do the meditation because I know we need it. And thank you for being a pillar of the community and showing up. I had a chance to meet Candace twice, not only in Vegas, but also New York. So shout out to Candace. Candace has been making her way. And same thing with Melissa. So shout out to everybody who's been coming to the mogul meetups. Candace, you ready?
I'm ready. I was just what you was talking about, just your life and like for instance, my job. Same thing. I workers' compensation. I got hurt on the job. I think God put me in that place so I could be here. Like I've been in my job 24 years. I didn't get one phone call. How you doing? Nothing. 24 years dedicated to my job. Like 100% attendance. Got hurt on my job. for me not getting hurt on my job, I wouldn't be here. I'd be at work worried about what they're doing. So I know God set me up. He set me up to have me here. You know, it's just the way it works. So you were saying about your job, how you broke it down 80%. So it's me. You know, I never have time to put into me. My time was dedicated to my job. Now I got hurt on the job. I worked it. You know, I'm on work. I worked it out for me. I made it work for me. I wasn't just sitting back, just healing, waiting to go back. I'm not even going back. My mindset is not even going back. They didn't care about with me what I'm doing. You know what I mean? No one called my principal. Nobody. You okay, Candace? All the time I put into that job, I got hurt for 25 years. Now that I'm out, I don't get one phone call. How you doing? Nobody cares where I'm at, what I'm doing. But God said, I'm gonna take you from that. I'm gonna put you here. This is where you're supposed to be. You know, even my family, we're not. They don't believe. You know what I mean? They don't believe. When I did my own business, I had my truck. Everybody's coming out. They believed it because I have stepping stones and I've made it. You know what I mean? But I'm not where I want to be right now. You know what I mean? I'm there, but I'm not where I want to be. And I know it's going. It takes time because I see it happen to me. You know, I'm coming from poverty. You know, family on drugs, moving up from the Bronx, moving up. You know, having an apartment, getting a business, owning a home. I see the steps, and I know there's more steps coming. I see it because it's happening to me. I'm living. This is my life. I see it coming from nothing. I'm the first homeowner in my house. For my family. I got a master's degree. The first one to get a master's degree in my family. It's like everything is moving up for me, and I know where I'm supposed to be. And this is where I'm supposed to be to get my mindset because I always worry about everybody else. You know what they think. This no more. This is here. I'm here. I'm the goat of everybody. You know what I mean? It's me. But now when I'm down, I'm struggling, nobody's around. You know what I mean? Nobody's around. I don't get that support. I get it from here. Meeting Malicia, amazing. I never met her. She called me one day, 2 in the morning. I'm in Vegas.
Well, hold on, Queen. Your audio. Where's your mic at? Come back to the
I'm
audio.
here.
All right, yeah, there we go.
And it was amazing how I met Malicia. You know, she called me one day. She was at the airport. She was like, the one picked her up. She had plans. And she called my phone 2 in the morning. I didn't even know her. And she said, I said, come to my room. I'm in the house. Come to my room. It was amazing. And then we tried to cross paths. It's like, she's from out here, from where I'm at. And we've been separate ever since. I didn't know if I'm a can of paint, but I just felt her energy. I mean, we have been
Hold
separate
on, Candace. Candace about to make me emotional up here because this is what we do it for. We do it for you to get those strategic partners, that connection, that love, that support. That's why we wear love so proudly. Y'all see it on all my clothing. Y'all see it.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. We
It's
really
real.
want y'all to be loved and feel appreciated, heard, felt, and seen. And that story right there, can we snap it up, clap it up in the chat? Because for Candace to be like all receptive to Malicia, she doesn't know her. I know we in the same community, but she doesn't know her. And it's the first time that she ever even called her like, yo, what's up, pull up. All right. And then she accepted into basically her home for that weekend. That is what we're talking about. And Candace, how did that make you feel to know that love was reciprocated and appreciated?
Make me feel accepted, make me feel I'm still okay, like people still love me, even if they don't know me. She sees in me that other people that have been friends over 20, 30 years don't see in me. You know what I mean? She sees my growth, her family, her husband adopted me as their sister. Like, he calls me his sister. I never even met her husband in person. I'm like, what is this? Her kids call me auntie. Oh boy.
Yeah. That's the love right there. That's that love. Yeah. So for you, Candace, just know that you in the right space. And everybody drop MVP in the chat. Just remember this, yo. And this goes for mostly all of us. You may not be where you want to be, but you're right where you need to be. Because guess what, Candace? You're not where you used to be, baby.
That's right.
You're not where you used to be. So understand you are doing your work, Queen. And when I hugged you, I knew that hug was real. That's why I told you, don't let me go yet. Hold on. Because everybody knows when I hug you for the first time.
Your spirit is amazing. Meeting you in person. People don't know you see you in person. It's like you are who you are. It's amazing. Your anointing, everything was like, wow. You smell great. I said, you smell so good. You left a smell when you hugged me. I was like, you smell so good. And then when you gave me in that oil, I said, is that the oil he had on? Because you smell amazing. That meant a lot to me. You know, it stuck with me. Oh boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't give them too much, Candace. Don't let them know. They gotta come to
Okay,
the
you,
mobile
okay,
meetup.
okay, I'll keep it cool,
You know
okay.
what I mean? I'm gonna put a booth out. Free hugs from Coach Crew. All right, we're
Thank you,
gonna
I
get
need
the
more
booth
love.
out.
Oh my God.
Oh, boy,
Everybody send some love in the chat. I want Sunshine to speak to that. Thank you, Candace. I want Sunshine to speak
thank
to that
you.
real fast.
I have met the queen myself. And
Oh,
what
boy.
I will say, Malicia has been one where you actually can feel her energy
Ooh.
from the screen. And I remember the first time I actually heard her speak in here was for FYF. And what she radiates is so large and is so real and is so passionate
Mm-hmm.
that I would have opened my door too.
Amen.
And we don't know why things happen the way they do in life. But I'm speaking, hold on a second. I'm just going to bring her up here for a minute. As long as you keep showing up the way that you do, Queen, it doesn't even matter the things that you've been through in life, the way that you're showing up for yourself and the way that you are, the doors of the realness and the love will be reciprocated to you.
Yeah.
Both of y'all to know that for every tear that y'all have ever cried, not near one of them has ever been wasted. Been divinely aligned into the right place and space. I know what it's like. And it doesn't mean that the road is going to be perfect.
Right.
Pain
right.
is real. We are all human. We make
Yep.
mistakes, things happen. You know, it's going to be hard sometimes and it's going to get rough sometimes. It's okay. It's a part of the journey. It's how we grow.
Right.
But just know that you are in the right space to do it with the right people, surrounded by love and comfort, and people that won't sit up here and just judge you in your mess.
Yeah.
We all have it. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay. It is quite okay. But at the end of the day, there is nothing that love.
You listen.
Nothing that love.
Oh,
So I
boy.
want to welcome y'all both home. Welcome home.
Yes.
Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Sunshine. Oh, boy, you're amazing as well. Your
Absolutely.
spirit, your energy and spirit as well.
It is.
It's beautiful. You remind me of my aunt. You look like my aunt.
Listen, she showed me a
everything.
picture of her aunt.
I
that
showed
looked
her a
like
picture of my
Sunshine.
aunt, look just like you, Sunshine. She was like,
I
I said,
said,
what does it look
wow,
like?
this is crazy.
She said, Sunshine. I said, look at that.
That is crazy too, right? And so my thing is, I know God. I know who God is. I trusted him when I decided to walk in it. You know, I know that tests and trials come to make me strong. And I know that also when I gave my life to Christ, that didn't mean that trouble wasn't gonna come. It just meant that I was gonna have somebody to go through it with me. He's never failed me. He's never let me down. I don't look like what I've been through. And so I thank him for this community because I love love. And I don't know, I mean, Coach, when I was in Vegas, I love love. You know what I mean? And I felt the love, and everybody in the community wants to see everybody do well. And I lost a lot of family members, but I gained a lot of family members, and we have the same mindset to move forward. My trajectory is no limits, no boundaries. And I just thank God for this opportunity. I thank him for this space. I thank him for Candace. You know, she did not know me, and somebody just let me down, but she picked me up. You know what I'm saying? And so those things it's not happenstance. It was divine intervention. I believe that. And so I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. And I appreciate you. And Coach, oh my God, you should hear me in here. I'll be so loud. I'm glad I'm on mute because I'll be so loud. Just, and that's just me. I don't know no other way to be. From the start, we've been in the streets. I've been loud. Why I come here and be quiet? So I know it's a work to do. I know I can add value somewhere, and I'm here. And I just listen. I was crying so hard because of the stuff I've seen. This was the anniversary of my grandmother passing, and so, and I felt her, you know, I just feel like she's okay because I'm okay. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't, that's the only way I can explain it. And so I just appreciate you and I love you, sunshine, sunshine. You know what I
I
mean?
love all
The
of you.
hug,
Mhm.
coach. I mean, it's just so. If you haven't felt one, y'all need to feel one. That's all
That's
I.
right. Gotta
That's
share
it.
those hugs.
Yes.
Hold on now. Don't be soliciting my hugs, man. Let me get a percentage at least, man. Come on, man. So so I want to say thank you to you too. Real quick though, before I move in any forward, if you are inside of our Mogul Elite Club, if you're inside of our Mailbox Millionaire Academy, I want y'all to drop the championship emojis in the chat. If you've been getting value, if you've been getting value and you don't want to go anywhere else, and this is the place for you, and you know that you want to win your trophies here, you want to hang some plaques on the wall. If you've been in a room where you've seen some people get awarded and you've seen some people win, put the championship trophies in the chat. I want to drop this link after y'all do that. Sunshine, you have the link to our Mogul Elite Club? Right now, we're still allowing everybody to join at $47. Next month, it will be going to $147. So I want to extend this opportunity for anybody to join our Mogul Elite Club. So that way you can get access to information that can change the situation and give you more compensation. I'm talking about credit, talking about fixing your credit. I'm talking about understanding how to evaluate deals. I'm talking about digital products. I'm talking about real estate on a high level. I'm talking about understanding finances and financial literacy at the highest level possible with the highest people. I'm talking about the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. So let me drop these links in the chat. And if y'all want to take advantage of that, this would be a monumental choice for you right now. So let me do that right now. And then Sunshine, if you could drop that in the chat for us. Look, so right there, can you copy and paste that Mogul Elite Club right there? Thank you. The reason why I want to extend that invite to everybody, because when we get on these calls, I do want to continue to add more people to our tribe, that we can create this community of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. When I say I'm walking in my purpose, some of y'all might not believe it, but look at what we're seeing right now. You got Candace coming up here, Sharon, you got Melissa, you got Sunshine. They all have cried with me. And I got this rep in the past that I just make people cry. Like, you know, sometimes people don't want to get on the phone with me. They be like, nah, I ain't getting on them alignment calls. I heard about you making people cry. And it's like, it's so crazy to the point that, like, as I mentioned, I'm your coach's coach, right? So when we get on these accountability calls inside of these 5-day programs, 3-day programs, 7-day programs, they be telling me in the back, like, yo, make them cry. I'm like, yo, bro, I can't make them cry. Like, I can't do that. I only could just speak to, well, whatever you be doing, it just be doing it. Just do that thing. So I want y'all to understand something.
If you working.
If somebody came to me and they said, bro, this is what I knew you was a legend at what you do. Because what you do is intangible that people can't see. They only could feel it. If you could come up in here and make grown men cry, yo, I know some grown men, they won't even cry in front of their wives, but you could come up here and make grown men cry in front of 500 people, 400 people. It's like, yo, bro, there's something about you, bro. I'm just letting you know you're goated. Anytime you want something, just come to me, let me know it's done already. And so the reality that I want y'all to realize is that your goal may be to get something great, but you may not realize that you already have that thing that's great. It's called your gift. Your gift will give you your goal. The same thing that we used to joke about being young boys, and that we're going to the Poconos and we're playing with toys and making our own movies with toys. And my brother's like, yo, what he's saying or what he's saying, and I'm interpreting for people. Who would have known that later, years later, that would actually be things I get paid hundreds of thousands for, that I would become a millionaire off of doing it. You wouldn't think. So there's probably things in your life that you're doing that you may not think that is worth millions of dollars, but everything is worth you going out there to be, your goal is worth going out there to put it out, right? It is, because you're going to get back something that you couldn't even fathom. Right. Same thing with Sunshine. I seen Sunshine on one of these calls, and I said, yo, Sunshine, do you speak? And she's like, well, to my family. I'm like, well, I know that, but like, do you? She's like, no. Do you want to? Do you want to? Because I think you will be great at doing this thing here. So that's another one of my talents, being able to spot talent. Remember I was talking about playing video games, right? And how video games help me do that? Like being the GM because I need to find talented players to play on my team has allowed me to see that's the same thing in reality. You now got to be the GM. Somebody drop GM in the chat. You got to be the general manager of your team. So you have to now put people in places. Candace did this with Melissa. Melissa did this with Candace, right? They said, you know what? I like you, girl. I like you too. Now they put each other on the same team, and now they're unstoppable together, and they're going to keep adding other people. But guess what? If they never showed up to this call, if they never raised their hand, if they never participated, they don't get here. They don't come in this place. So when Candace used the example of her being hurt and her now giving her the freedom to be here, you have to understand inside that meditation that I was talking about, that's what I was doing with you. I was showing you that through your trials and tribulations, you're going to be able to turn triumphs, right? You're going to have tipping points that turn to triumphs. Through the things that hurt you, you're going to be able to be helped by it. So what the enemy meant for evil, what the devil meant for evil,
good.
God will make it turn out to be good.
Yes. So
right?
Coach, I just want to say that just like I think Queen Shanira said it on here the best. Your gift will make room for you, right? That's what the words say, and you are walking in it. You are, and I thank you for that because you are what I need. You understand what I'm saying? And I appreciate it because
Yeah, talk that talk. I like that. Keep talking to me like that. Talk dirty to me like that. I like that. Yeah.
That's the truth. The truth is the truth anyhow, right? And so, yes, I believe I said her name right because she right on it. You know what I mean? Shanira, I think that is. But yeah, your gift it definitely.
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah, definitely made room for you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so thank you, Queen. Everybody send some love to Melissa. Everybody send some love to Candace.
Love y'all.
Thank you for that. Love you too.
Thank you.
We're gonna take these 3 hands and then that's it. We're gonna close up shop. We don't want to keep y'all waiting. I know y'all got things to do on a Saturday. It's y'all Saturday where y'all get to be free and go do your thing. I want you to do the thing. All right, Sunshine. Go ahead. Sunshine, who we got?
King Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Morning. How we
What's going on,
doing?
King? How are
Another blessed
you?
one. I'm blessed. Y'all might hear my kids in the
on
background.
that 11-11.
Yes, indeed. So again, with this one, this time it was a struggle to find that my vision of my inner self or what I see for myself. All I saw was more when we say a white space, it was more of a darker space. And I know at times in my life, things that I've done in my past, it comes back. And this time I could feel it, but I know I have to clear the room of those things so I could fill it with other things. Like you say, clear my room. So this time it was more of a struggle to find that white room. But then again, to get there, it was gratifying. It was satisfying. It definitely opened me up to receive my vision. Because again, people say meditate, and I meditate and I go to sleep. So I don't know if I'm meditating or if I'm just tired. But ultimately, this time it was a struggle, and through the struggle, I know that we got to go through it to get there, right? So I'm seeing myself as going through it and just releasing some of those things that's got a stronghold on me. So again, this time it was definitely uplifting and just opening for me to just let go of those things in the past so I can hold on and grab a hold to what's going on or what I see that's forthcoming for me and my family. So again, I thank you for this time to get that chance to kind of like, because I don't get that at times. I don't sit down and take time because I'm so going on with I'm so involved with what's going on in the world that sometimes I don't take the time to sit down and just have that peace of mind or get into that zone or that mode to know that this is what I'm building. And again, for me, it's a children's foundation, and it's just about being able to help others and us locking hands. So I thank you for this group. Thank you for this time. And y'all doing a wonderful job, not just with our mindset, but just pushing us in the right direction. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat. Stay up here real quick, King. I want to do something for you. Everybody, once again, if you want to join our Mogul Elite Club, we're going to drop the link in the chat. This is an opportunity for you to take advantage of. I know I see a lot of familiar faces, so I see a lot of you are already in the club, but there are a couple other people who may not know that they can have access to this. So I would love to extend that invite to you right now so that way you can take advantage to get around like-minded people so you can do the things that you always wanted to do that inspires you. And then you could go ahead and inspire your family and friends. So go ahead and click that link and join. We drop the link again one more time so that way people can get that. I want to say this to you, Alfred. How explicit can I be with you?
Hey, all the way. Open up.
Dang, hold on, I haven't brought that out in a minute, Sunshine.
Yeah, you haven't.
I haven't brought, how explicit can I be with you, kid? You said I could be explicit,
Man,
right?
get explicit, baby. Get
So-
explicit.
I appreciate that. So when you say what you said about it gets darker when you're looking at that quantum space, that space of nothingness, what that means is this. There's something that you need to get complete with. There's somebody, it is something that is still looming over. Y'all remember those cartoons where it'd be like the little dark cloud, and then wherever that person go, the dark cloud just be following their head. Like it just don't matter where they go. It's just only on them though, and everybody everywhere else is shining, but only on them. So for you, King, and this goes for everybody. And I gave this assignment out yesterday, but I would love to reiterate it. You have to forgive somebody. Maybe it's you. Maybe you got to forgive you. But maybe it's something that happened to you. Like, for example, there's one of my brothers that I don't speak to anymore. And it's not because I think I did anything to him, but it's probably what he think I did to him. So now, in order to have that relationship, men, in order to have that circle complete, I need to reach out to him and I need to get complete with him. So I had a sister who used to always antagonize me when we was growing up. She used to do a whole bunch of different crazy stuff. We're gonna put him on mute real quick. No worries, we're gonna mute you real quick. So I used to do a bunch of stuff with my sister, and she used to always curse at me. She used to always call me negative names, like derogatory, like it's a whole bunch of stuff, right? And during my transformational time, they asked us to get complete with people who you love, but you just don't have that relationship that you truly want. So I called her up. And I didn't make her feel wrong about anything. I didn't say, you remember those times you called me this name, or you did this to me, or you said that, or you didn't. I didn't do that. I just said, hey, look, sis, I just want to let you know I love you and I appreciate you. Right now, I'm taking this program right now, and they had me reflecting on so much, and I want to make sure that we have the best relationship. After mom died, it's just, it has, the relationship with you improved a little bit, but I still feel like we can get better in our relationship. So I just want to let you know I'm here for you. I love you. If I ever did something to you that hurt you, if I ever did something that made you feel like unappreciated, I apologize from the bottom of my heart, and I want to make sure that I can do what I need to do to have a great relationship with you. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't antagonizing her. I wasn't doing nothing to it in my mind. But in her mind, maybe I was. So I got clear with her, and now we have a better relationship. We still don't have the best relationship, but the relationship now is a better relationship than we had before. And the same tools and techniques I use with my other brother, right? Me and Young Mogul, believe it or not. If you let, who's that?
Everybody, and he was one of those people that you just tried anything until.
Unmute, King Crew.
Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you. So even Young Mogul, he'll tell you. Let him tell you. Depending on who tells the story, they're gonna tell some side, right? Let Young Mogul tell you. He think he been putting some hands on me. He ain't put no hands on me. He think he been winning the fights. So one day we had this big old fight, and we was like, damn, we both were crying. Jamel said, you know the truth. Jamel, don't try it, man. Jamel one time he sucker punched me. Jamel sucker punched me one time, yo. I know Ramel remember that. Ramel gotta come tell that story. But that was one time Jamel was going crazy on me. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm like, nah, chill, take it easy, brother. Take it easy. I don't want to do nothing to you. You understand? Coach Crew got them hands, and I don't want to put it on you. Take it easy. So what happened was me and Ramel, we sat down, we both were crying, and we had built this company called Crazy Nation, and we were like, bro, mom wouldn't want us. At the time, my dad was still alive, but mom, she passed. So we didn't want anything to happen to our relationship. So we said, bro, if mom was alive, bro, would you think that she would appreciate us fighting and going back and forth like this, like two people in the streets, bro? Nah. So what do you want to do about that? First, I'm gonna take ownership on this because I'm your older brother. So I'm gonna lead by example, and I think we should communicate on a better level. I love you, man, and I always want the best for you. And this is what I unveiled to him that, yo, you're gonna be my vice president in my company. And I don't know, but this is the first time I've seen tears go back into somebody's eyes. Like when I told him he's gonna be the vice president, shit went back up. I was like, what? Hold on, let me see if I'm seeing this right. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, yo, bro, like nothing's gonna come between us, bro. I love you to the top of the top, my boy, and to the end of this earth. We are who we got. And And I'm gonna make sure I carry that out, and I love you, and I'm gonna protect you as much as I can. He said, yo, bro, you my big brother, bro. I look up to you. I'm inspired by you, bro. Everything you do, I'm amazed. Like, it's nothing that you can't do. And I love you, bro. And I'm always gonna be there for you too. Together, we gonna make this work. And we're kids, we're young kids at this time, in the teens, getting ready to turn 20s, right? But we're just like, yo, that's our pact. And we made that pact and we moved forward. And now you have what we have now, right? So you don't understand that just from a simple conversation, what we said, communication is going to be that thing that unlocks everything in your life. This is why if you communicate well to you in your relationship, you're gonna have a beautiful relationship. So please understand that, y'all. Go home today, as soon as after this call, get complete with people you might feel incomplete with. There's people that you love, you don't have a great communication with. There's somebody that you had a falling out with. Just clear it up. I promise you, by doing that, automatically your life gets better. Automatically. I couldn't become this person because I had to get rid of the old me first. Which things in you have to die to give birth to you reaching that new version of yourself or your greatest potential? So, all right, Alfred, that's for you. King, everybody send some love to Alfred in the chat. Was that helpful for you, Alfred, in any way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's some things that have been implemented in that sense already. Because I do a lot of motivations, and that's something that came across my plate of releasing that on myself by forgiving others. And of course, I can go down a list of people I done went and start forgiving. My mom being the first one, and most of all, the most important in regards to relationship wise. So again, that is huge, bro. Appreciate you.
100%. Everybody forgive your moms. Your mom's just trying to be the best mom she could be. She didn't get a handbook. She doesn't really, come on, man. Like, we got to have grace, right? She didn't get a handbook on it. And if you was the first child, everybody give a real hug right now. Because the first child got the worst of the worst. You ain't get the best of the best. You got the worst of the worst. So you was that trial child, all right? You was the tester. So I'm giving you that love. And my sister who had that attitude, so she was the tester. She was the trial child, right? She was the one who got the brunt of all the things. So you got to be a little more loving with those individuals because they are the experimental child that gets the worst of the worst. So definitely send some love to everybody. Shout out to Alfred. Thank you, Alfred. We're going to continue to go. We're going to speed it up a little bit because we've been power talking. And we want to make sure that we can get through everybody's hands so everybody can enjoy their days. All right. But make sure y'all go home and get complete with people. Who we got, Queen?
We got King Jonathan. Come talk to us, King.
What's up, family?
Not the hater blockers. You got them hater blockers on. Like,
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up, kings and queens? I just wanted to.
What's going on?
I done got my mindset back right, so I'm back getting reinvented and having fun like I promised Mindset Mogul I would do. And I just want to say you the GOAT, bro, because you definitely helped me get my mindset back right. And you can't be successful like he teach without having your mindset right. And every time I go in the quantum room, I get what you call, I guess, a reinvention is what I get. A reinvention every Saturday. And it's working. And I'm just happy to be a part of this group. And I just want to say thank you and be short. I appreciate you guys.
Yo, it's a different Jonathan. It's a different Jonathan.
Different
Sunshine.
one.
I gotta have you talk to this one, Sunshine. Yo, put your hater
different one.
blockers back on. Put the hater blockers back on.
Like, it is.
Yeah.
He's like the gentle giant right now. Like, what are we talking about? I love it. Just the fact that you were able to go into that room and clear that space. Do you know how many people, and I'm quite sure, I don't know if there's anybody in here that can actually be taken into that room. There's a lot of times where we can't really get the room cleared.
Right.
Like, he's talking us through that meditation, but sometimes you really can't remove everything. A lot of people can't clear their minds, even though you're being directed to. And that is a process. I've been there where like he's talking about clear the room and I'm just looking, everything's still in the room. I'm like, well, what where you want it to go? Because it's all still here, right?
Yeah.
The fact that in such a short period of time, You are allowing yourself to show up and be fully present, but allowing yourself to relax enough and go into that deep meditative state where you're clearing it all out. And that's the work. That's the work being done. So when you clear it all out, you're removing everything so that the real work could start to be done. And that is how the new you is being rebirthed. So don't take them glasses off because you blocking them haters, right? Because you are now a new you that's coming through. And so I absolutely love it. Like, keep showing up. I'm so glad you're here this morning. Don't stop coming. Please keep doing the work because I love this. Like, from what we were seeing before, and
Right.
honestly speaking, like, you don't even come up and speak that much, but you kept your hand up. You made sure you didn't just disappear. You stayed, you was patient. You came up here. I absolutely love it. Listen, King
I'm
Crew,
excited.
keep doing the work because look at this. Go ahead, King. Say what you about to say.
Nah, man, bro, you the GOAT, man. I gotta give it to you. That's all I gotta say, bro. Keep doing your thing. God gonna keep blessing you, man. Definitely. I ain't gonna cry up here today. You know you break me and down. You ain't gonna break me down today though, bro. You got me happy. So we gonna keep staying happy. Everybody enjoy their Saturday after this.
Absolutely. Sunshine,
He's being amazing.
get Jonathan's Cash App. We're gonna send you a Cash App because when we notice people doing the work, we want to reward you because that's what life does. It's just that thing where success is something you attract by the person you become, and to feel, bro, I feel your energy. This ain't no fluff that you're doing. This is real.
Nah, this is real. This is real. Yeah.
I feel it. Give Sunshine
And
your
y'all
Cash
get
App.
my bag. Y'all get my bag right too with all these hacks too. I appreciate that too.
100%. Definitely getting your bag right. That's that. We definitely getting your bag right. 100%.
Send me your
All right,
Cash
John.
App. King. Inbox me your Cash App information.
I will.
Have an amazing weekend.
All right, thank y'all.
My
Yeah,
love,
John.
Kana. What's going on, Kana? How are you, darling?
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We sure
Yeah.
can, beautiful.
Nice. I just want to say thank y'all. Once again, you pulling me back out of, wasn't feeling too good yesterday, but it don't even matter no more. Because that visualization that we just did, and the ones before, it's been more a healing focus for me. That higher dimension, that higher self, let me know that it's okay and bring it all together for me. And I almost didn't raise my hand today. But after hearing some of the other people speak, I was like, nah, I can't hold it to myself. Because today, in the visualization, the main things that I was feeling was joy, freedom, and peace. And when we got to the part where we started rebuilding the room around us, for me, it started with nature. A little stone path, the forest. It was coming out of the fire, out of the ashes. It was burnt down. Well, once I started to build to a point that I couldn't just see it with my eye no more, my homie came and picked me up. And what I mean by that, and this is part of why I didn't want to raise my hand initially, I'm talking about a dragon. My dragon, my spirit guide came and picked me up and lift me into the sky so that I could see more clearly everything that I was rebuilding. It was getting too big for me to see with my own eyes. So he came through clutch, didn't even have to ask for him. So the whole thing just reminded me to have that thrill of life again. Just because it started from the ashes, it was burnt up. A fire maker came and helped me rebuild. So it's our perspective, is how you see it. I hear a lot of people saying that they struggle with, visualizing the calming themselves, forgiving people. Mindset. Start with yourself. Start in your head. Crew talked before about rewriting different days of your life. Don't limit yourself to that because we're all powerful. We all have it in us. You feel like you can't talk to that person right now and forgive them? Start with yourself. Go into your own mind. Forgive them there first. And if it's still awkward for you, get creative with it. You might not have to address the person directly, address the energy. What I mean by that, just get creative, visualize, go into that space, see that energy, manifest a thought or something. Take yourself back to your childlike mind. You used to play Guns and Robbers, whatever your thing was, take yourself there and start slaying some stuff that way. Because it starts in your mind, and once you get past that hump, it's gonna translate into the real world. So don't stop yourself from taking that step. Remember your power. That's all I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Real quick, Sunshine, get that message from Sean in the chat and make sure Sean gets taken care of. Also, Kana, you got to send your Cash App to Sunshine because I got to purchase that line from you. Okay, I got to purchase. Your dream is too big for your own eyes to see. Oh, man. That's why most people don't see their dreams, because their dream is so big, but you cannot see it with your own eyes because you need multiple people to help you get to that dream.
Yes,
Wait a minute. Don't let that bar go over your head. This is why mentorship is important, because you're not going to get to where you want to be by yourself. Being by yourself is the slowest way to success, and almost everybody fails. 99% of successful businesses happen on strategic partnerships. That's why y'all see capital groups, right? That's why y'all see people coming together to pray. That's why y'all see leaderboards and you see CEOs and CFOs and COOs, right? Because it takes multiple people. That right there, I don't want that to go over your head. Your dream too big. You can't see it with your own eyes. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. Because if your dream was so small that you only see it with your eyes, then guess what? You ain't gonna really get there. And this is what the implementation level is when you have a 9 to 5. There's no disrespect. Once again, I came from a 9 to 5, but it's a stepping stone. When you stay stoned, you get stepped upon. So if you stay at your job for too long, you're going to feel like you're stepped on. That's just the reality of it. Don't get mad. Do something about it. Make a decision, right? So when she said that, wow, your dream is so big that you would never see it with your own eyes. In fact, you may have dreams that you're never probably going to live in. Like my children or my grandchildren or my great nieces and nephews, I may never get to see what they will experience from all of this work that we've been putting in nonstop, day in and day out. So I just want to drop that love on y'all, and I want to say thank you, Kana, for that. Everybody send some love in the chat. Make sure Sean gets that information so that he can stay connected. Once again, can we please drop our Mogul Elite community? Because I noticed that every week when we do this, people say the same thing. I'm not sure how I got this text. I'm not sure why I got this text, but I'm happy I'm here. And I love that, because we may need to hear from you. Just like we never knew that we needed to hear from Sunshine. We had a program running for 2 years before we even knew who Sunshine was. Now Sunshine is synonymous with the program. Am I making this up, y'all, or is this facts? We ran a program 2 years before Sunshine even came into existence into our program, and now they cannot see the program without Sunshine. Just understand that. Just know that if you show up for yourself, everything else will start to work for you. If you take care of yourself, everything else take care of itself. Shout out to V Robinson. V, you've been standing out. You've been looking good. You've been sounding good. You've been doing your work. You've been doing everything. You go, girl. You go, V. Shout out to V. Y'all don't understand. V started with us in 2021 too. So to see her come into this light, she got Toro business. She's been making moves. She's been doing things. She's been finding solutions to problems. Like, she's been problem solving and showing up and being there. Shout out to her. Sunshine, I see that you finally made it to the island where Anna was at. I got to meet y'all over there because I'm slacking and I'm lacking. I got to meet y'all on the island. All right.
Yeah, that's my vibe this morning. That's just how I was feeling. I was like, you know what? This is where I'm at mentally. I might as well just put myself there. That's how you got to get there, right? Mindset. You feel it. Take yourself there mentally. That's it.
Yeah. Everybody drop mindset in the chat. Shout out to my brothers, Mr. Brooklyn Business, Big Mogul, Young Mogul. Shout out to the whole Mogul family. Shout out to everybody who's in the Mailbox Millionaire Academy and everybody who's inside of our programs with the Fund Your Freedom, She Builds, She Profit, See You at the Bank, all of our affiliates, everybody who's anybody, you're the best of the best, top of the top. When we take you off of mute, I want y'all to say mindset, mindset, mindset. This has been your mindset reset. I'm out of here. Mindset Mogul, sending you love, peace, beautiful prosperity. I'm seeing y'all next time on the next call. I'm out. Let's have them unmute, Queen. Everybody get that mindset chant going.
We love that mindset.
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 Mindset. Let's go.
Bye, y'all.
Mindset,
Mindset.
mindset,
Mindset.
mindset,
Mindset.
mindset,
Mindset.
mindset.